What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a Premier League review video. This is the post-match analysis of the Manchester United Leicester City game, and I have a lot of things to say about Jose Mourinho's Manchester United, but let me know, what did you think of the game? And do you think Man United improved at all from last season? I think they are playing the same dire, unwatchable football that they played last season, and many of the Manchester United fans are sick and tired of it. Jose Mourinho spent more than £400 million in just 3 years as a Manchester United manager, and they only play a slightly bit better than teams like Leicester City or Everton. That's my honest opinion, but feel free to disagree with me in the comments below. And if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you never miss a video. And of course, how else would a Premier League season start but with a contentious penalty given to Manchester United, who were the luckiest team last season according to an independent study concluded by many institutes. They actually reviewed the whole Premier League season and all the contentious refereeing decisions and everything else, and they decided that Man United were the luckiest team, and I think they were quite lucky to get a penalty. Yes, it was probably a penalty, but only just. Amartey sticks his hand out and the ball hits him like right here, and the referee gives a penalty. Some referees give those, other referees don't. But actually Leicester City, if you just look at the game objectively, played better football than Manchester United, because after Man United went 1-0 up, they did what they always do under Jose Mourinho. They sit back and soak up the pressure and try to hit Leicester City on the counter-attack. Leicester actually had more possession and more shots throughout the game than Manchester United, and then not only did they have more shots, but they actually had more shots by a considerable amount, because Man United had 8 shots throughout the whole game. At home against Leicester City, that's just not good enough, and one of those were of course from the penalty spot. On the other hand, Leicester had 13 shots, so basically like 1.5 times more shots than what Manchester United had. At Old Trafford, that's ridiculous in my opinion, and De Gea was probably the man of the match. He actually, alongside Paul Pogba, because De Gea actually made some crazy saves, and the Leicester debutant almost scored. They signed Madison from Norwich City. He's like a 22-year-old attacking midfielder, and he had a brilliant shot which De Gea somehow saved. But if it wasn't for De Gea, Manchester United would be probably finishing in 6th place. I mean, like when Zlatan Ibrahimovic played for them, they finished in 6th place even with De Gea. So Man United, I think with the amount of money that they spend, they should be playing much better football, and that's down to Jose Mourinho. I mean, for example, look at Alexis Sanchez. What on earth happened to him? He is a shadow of his former self at Arsenal. He just doesn't seem to find his groove, his rhythm, and he was misplacing passes. Alexis Sanchez lost the ball 23 times against Leicester City. That is a ridiculous number. If you consider that Alexis Sanchez should be at least the best attacker that Manchester United have. He was playing through the middle today. To be fair to him, that's not his like favorite position, and I can't understand why didn't Marcus Rashford play through the middle, because Marcus Rashford is a striker that thrives on playing through the middle and running in behind defenses. Alexis Sanchez, he had some of his best seasons coming inside the wing, the left wing at Arsenal. So I don't understand why Jose Mourinho set his team up this way. A huge credit goes to Paul Pogba, who only had like 4 days of training before, you know, playing this game. He only trained for 4 days, and yet he came in and he actually did a pretty awesome performance. I think Paul Pogba was the difference between Manchester United winning Man United losing or drawing this game, and Man United winning this game. And Lukaku came on in the second half in the 67th minute, and Alexis Sanchez, to be fair to him, He was very unselfish. He sets up Lukaku, and Kasper Schmeichel makes an incredible save to deny Lukaku the 2-0. And you could sense that Jose Mourinho was so nervous and sweating on the touchline, because he was under immense pressure already in the first day game of the season. And the way that Jose Mourinho celebrated the second goal, by the way, Luke Shaw did a pretty good performance, and the question mark is on Luke Shaw whether he can perform week in week out for Man United. But if he plays like he did today, then he could be the regular left back for Man United, and the fullback positions are a problem position for Man United. So I think they desperately need Luke Shaw to have a very good season. So Luke Shaw scored a pretty good goal. He actually did a bad first touch, but Ricardo Pereira didn't anticipate that, so Luke Shaw goes around him and slots it home towards the far corner to make it 2-0. And the way that Jose Mourinho celebrated that second goal against like Leicester City showed how much of an immense pressure he was under and Man United were under to win this first game. But my conclusion is that Man United won't be title contenders this season. I know that maybe you shouldn't draw conclusions from the first game, but it's different this year because the transfer window is already finished. So Man United can't get any more players in. They can only sell players until the January transfer window. And frankly, the Man United this Man United, since you know, Alex Ferguson left, they are the shadow of their former selves. And even with a potentially like still world-class manager like Jose Mourinho, they should be doing so much better. They should be playing much better football. I can't stress this enough. Against Leicester City, who will be looking to maybe finish in the top 10, but they are not like the top side. For Man United to only have 8 shots in the first home game, but where they should have been attacking wave after wave of attacks, but instead it was Leicester City who had more possession. Yeah, they had more shots, they were actually controlling the game more. But Man United are probably the best team to hold on to a 1-0 or a 2-0 lead in the Premier League because of Jose Mourinho, how well they set his team up. And Jamie Vardy had a couple of really big chances, and I actually think that if Vardy comes on a little bit earlier, Jamie Vardy came on in the 63rd minute, Man United would have been in trouble because they just couldn't handle Jamie Vardy's pace and directness. And he had a glorious chance where the ball was crossed and Bailly was between Demarai Gray and Jamie Vardy, and Jamie Vardy had a free shot on goal, but he skies his effort, and if that goes in, that was about like 85-86 minutes gone. If that goes in, then this could have been a draw, because Jamie Vardy actually scored in the 92nd minute a funny goal because the cross hits the post. De Gea was scrambling, and then Jamie Vardy heads it in from like 2 yards out. And you could see Jose Mourinho getting really worried about this. So in all, Man United, I think the fair result would have been a draw. Man United scraped a victory, but I'm a Liverpool fan, you know, guys, and I'm not really worried about Manchester United at all, because they are playing just like last season, you know, scraping results, not really playing well, not really playing the attacking brand of football that Manchester United should be playing, in my opinion. And I wonder how much or how long the Man United fans will tolerate this kind of football, because if Man United keep finishing in the top 4, like second and third, in my opinion, they are a million miles away from Manchester City. Not just talent-wise, but more so playing style-wise. Last season, Man United scored like 40 goals less than Manchester City, about 40 goals less. In a 38-game season, that is astonishing if you think about it, that actually Manchester City scored almost 40 more goals than Manchester United. So that's why I'm saying that Man United are a million miles away from Man City, because yes, Man United have a very good starting 11, and in my opinion, with better tactics and with more like progressive and attacking tactics, Manchester United should be and could be playing brilliant football. Because if you just take a look at Manchester United's squad and starting 11, they have world-class players, Alexis Sanchez, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Romelu Lukaku, Paul Pogba, Fred, who had a very good first half, by the way, the new signing, but in the second half he faded away and he had quite a lot of misplaced passes. So if you take a look at the whole team, Man United have about 5 or 6 world-class attackers, and yet they are playing football even at home as if they are an away team. I just don't understand why Jose Mourinho doesn't unleash this Manchester United team. Maybe he thinks that the defense is not good enough and they don't have very, very good defenders, but I think in centre-back position they have Bailly, Lindelof, Smalling, Phil Jones. They're pretty okay players, not world-class. Bailly is the only player I think who stands out from that bunch, and maybe Mourinho thinks that Man United will lose if he unleashes the attack, because he doesn't believe that the defense will hold up. And it's going to be a very, very interesting season. How long will the Man United fans tolerate this kind of football? If you are a Man United fan, let me know in the comments below what do you think about this. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later. Good day.